All right, sun's out, baby. Beautiful morning. You hear the sunshine, my morning, babe. Okay, the Helm Street Bakery, Helms. Got Lustig open up soon. Pasta Sisters, Culver City Arts District, Washington. Got the sun. This place is litty like a titty, to quote my girl Cardi B. All right, so some thoughts. Life is a real life RPG. So what does this mean? What is the ramifications of the sauce, etc.? So, all right, so if you have been keeping track, keeping the stacks, getting the racks. And I ain't talking money, we're talking tiger. We're going to Rack City. I'm not Rack City yet. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely a brave new world of AI, and perhaps Kim morning is on the forefront. Yeah, and oh yeah. So I mean, LA ain't perfect, but honestly speaking, it's my closest notion of paradise because got the sun, got the beautiful peoples, beautiful women, beautiful men. So everyone here's so attractive, and yeah, there's always cool stuff happening. It looks like there's like some sort of hip hop exhibition thing here. Yeah, look at the sun. Oh, I effing love. I want to live in LA effing forever. Only place where I could get my flex on. And then a simple way to become more beautiful. I was actually around things like ancient Greek times, Roman times. Men just spent all day just beautifying themselves. I mean, even back then, right? The men were actually considered as more beautiful than the women. And my current thought is the reason why modern day capitalist consumerist society favors women. Honestly, women are a much better target demographic to make monies than men. I mean, men will just buy cars or watches, whatever, but then women, fashion, clothing, Lululemon, whatevs. Even like, I guess even cars now too, right? So everyone wants to become more beautiful, yet everyone is very unbeautiful and unhealthy. So what's the problems here? What can EK propose, right? So I was even thinking about it too. It's like, I think actually CrossFit, kind of like this. I actually think CrossFit better serves women than men. And my low-key suspicion, yeah, kind of like that, man. Spend maximum time in the sun, go sleeveless. So I got the right to bear arms, like BEAR arms. I saw this on a wood shirt when I was in like college, right? Back in my college days. Yeah, like all this like stuff that could be right for development is not being exploited yet. And yeah, my personal passion or interest is taking the good things and exploiting them for the better, right? Look at that light. I love the light, love the light. Another thing I'm like realizing too is places and stuff like that. It's like ultimate goal is you want to be able to be in the maximum direct light. I hate being in the cold. I hate the shade. I hate the umbrage, right? So you know, even rappers like throwing shade. Yeah, get me out of the shade. Direct sun, babies. I guess the only place that's good to be in the shade, I don't know, if you're in like sub-Saharan Africa or I don't know, the Middle East. But beyond that, I want to always be in direct sun. I mean, like LA is not, it's not like that hot. I mean, like people always complain. So D-Money looking good, man. Staying warm, bro? Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, so I mean, also the reason why I encourage Aaron to buy a GoPro Minis is yeah, just 1080p 30 FPS, 24 FPS, whatever have use. Just hold it with the hand. Don't buy no accessories. Just hold in your hand. Actually, but one thing I do recommend, Apple's 8777 Washingtons. Got the Shea. I guess it's a hotel. It's where I saw the the Ferrari 458. Ninjas they hate. So nice. Oh, I freaking want to live here forever. Yeah, but then the cool thing I really like about the GoPros Minis is it really I think the GoPro Mini is great because it really kind of puts you in other people's shoes, and so almost like your real life becomes like a video game. It becomes its own RPGs, right? And I think it's interesting too because do you remember when like reality TV shows used to be a thing? Because we want the reality, right? We're craving reality, right? But what's that real shit? It's being out in the real world, right? And actually, my thought is actually the reason why I think that the AI, DALL-E 3, ChatGPT 4s, just subscribe to the premium, guys. Don't be a cheapskate. The reason why I find it so fascinating, interesting, and innovative is that I actually think it might be one of the ultimate philosophical tools. So like for example, recently, another pro tip: the best way to use the ChatGPTs is just see how far you control the system before it like says you are stopping this content violation policy, blah blah blah. So I'm like that. Okay, so another thing I find that's a little bit annoying about ChatGPTs. Okay, OpenAI did it, right? Okay, this is what I recommend. When OpenAI, you're listening to this, I'll give you the tips. So when you first set up ChatGPT custom instructions, right? There should just be a slider, right? Like how politically correct or woke you want the AI bot to be, right? So still wet. I don't like the wetness, especially when you got the V rooms. So like, okay, so for example, and also, I mean, AI is super smart. Like, it definitely does learn with you, which I find interesting. It's like, I searched trophy wife, right? I did it like a week ago and then spit out an image, right? Now it refuses to give me images, but like gives me like artistic, surrealistic renditions. And then there's a picture of an old guy and a younger woman, right? Like cartoony, right? And I said, make the woman not hold the trophy. And then the ChatGPT goes, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. These are not real human. There's no humans depicted in here. These are just artistic reinterpretations of blah, blah. I'm like, come on, man. I'm just like rolling my eyes. You know what I'm trying to say. You know what I say. So actually, one of my concerns about ChatGPT AI did it, right? Like even the whole controversy about Twitter and, you know, Bay Area, Silicon Valley, Facebook, whatevs, it's still like, it was kind of like a soft censorship or like a bias, or definitely the algorithm was tweaked to disfavor more conservative, right-wing slash, you know, Republican voices, right? And definitely more like promoting the liberal leftist thing. I mean, it like makes sense. I mean, Bay Area, we a bunch of hippies, you know, tech utopists, whatever. I mean, just look at Jack Dorsey, right? Like, Twitter was slash, I don't know whatever it is, now it's Jack Dorsey's. And also the reason why you should never build your empire on no social, like, I'm only 35, right? I'm born 88. I have seen so many social media empires come, go, fall, change and merge, whatever, right? Do you remember like Zynga, MySpace, LiveJournal, where all the kind of the emo kids used to use, even Instagram. I met a new friend at the co-op. Her name is Millie. She showed me a picture of her when Instagram first came out. I'm like, oh man, I remember that old UI UX. And then like, probably what's gonna happen is, I mean, yo, Mark, if you're listening to this, Zuck, you're listening to this, I think actually the intelligent strategy is don't keep Facebook and Instagram as two separate products, just merge them. Just call it like, I don't know, Facegram or Facebook. Facebook. I think the problem now with Instagram is it's starting to fall victim to the TikToks. And also another pro tip, guys, don't use the TikToks. Why? Because it is owned by PRC, People's Republic of China. What does that mean? It's I mean, like, I love Chinese people. I love Chinese food, I love Sichuan food, but I mean, this is my personal theory. Tencent, the corporation which owns TikTok, as well as what, the Riot Games, which makes League of Legends, stuff like that. It's gonna be essentially mainland China's low-key way of coming into the States and inoculating the youth with the, you know, the techs, right? And so, you know how like Donald Trump was trying to ban it? I actually thought that was kind of like maybe kind of a smart idea, because I mean, I don't know, but my theory is, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chinese government is like kind of low-key bankrolling Tencent Corporation. I mean, in communist countries, the fake capitalism they got there, it's kind of like this hybrid between the government, the state, as well as the corporation. So therefore, as a concept, yeah, just be maximally sus. Yeah, and actually, also the reason you shouldn't trust Apple is Apple's in bed with mainland China, because why? Foxconn, all the iPhone, all of our beautiful devices are made in China. People are like, made in China stuff sucks. Like all this stuff on Amazon made in China. I'm like, is you dumb? Like, do you know that your iPhone Pro, iPhone Pro Pros Max, AirBuds Pros, MacBook Pro, whatever Apple devices have you, it's all made in mainland China. Except the good thing is it's designed in California, and also just the quality control steps are better. Even though there's a lot of things to critique about Tim Cook, this guy is definitely the master of supply chain management. But I think if Apple, you listening to this, head honchos, if you really want to thrive, you just gotta simplify the lineup. Certain suggestions I recommend. For the iPhone, just make one, like the normal iPhone, right? Just make one normal iPhone. No iPhone Plus or whatever you call it, just one iPhone, right? And then if you want an iPhone Pro, get an iPhone Pro. And then also get rid of that stupid big screen. Ain't nobody want that, right? And I also find it's like a little bit disingenuous too, and this is where the creative vision, after joining iLife, like Apple's just trying to sell products that they think that consumers will like and count out to them, right? So like making a keyboard and an Apple Pencil, which is a stylus, right? Because they're just trying to like poach sales from people not getting PCs. But I'm like, the best way to approach marketing isn't to compare yourself with your competition, because there's no such thing as competition. Rather, to posit your own ideals and goals and stuff like that. So what that means is Apple, y'all smart, never show no marketing material showing people on Zoom, like Microsoft products. I mean, all the icons are so good. Oh, also Microsoft, y'all listening to this, right? Make your icons more beautiful. They're also ugly. Even Google's, your icons hella ugly. Just beautify them, right? Make the, like, even nowadays I uninstalled the Google Calendar app from my phone, even though I religiously use it. Why? Because the icon is just ugly as sin. So what I do instead is I just use the web browser. And also I was thinking about like maybe jumping ship and going to open source, Android, something like that. My only reticence is that all the icons look so ugly on Android, but c'est la vie. But anyways, yeah, and also being a thinker, being a innovator, what does that mean? It's I mean, my personal thought too is the best way to start thinking is to, you know, have a bunch of coffee, wake up, just go out and start immediately walking. Looks like this place opened up the Sandbox, huh? This place looks cool. Let's see, is there any... But also, another thing I learned too is like, the reason why it's not good to be in a place like this. Look, sun's out, it's super nice, right? If you really want to be stuck indoors in a co-working space, ultimate co-working space is the real world, man. Look at this. Direct light, maximum sun exposure. Also, people are like, oh, you need like 15-minute direct sun. I'm like, 8 hours, baby. 12 hours. Even my friend Millie was like, she was like, oh, you think so fast, you're like AI. I'm like, I am. One of my favorite quotes from jokes from Demetri Martin, the comedian, was like, it's like he's walking around and then like a guy bumps into him, puts up, so oh excuse me sir, oh sorry, I thought you're somebody else, ... And then Demetri Martin stares at him and says, I am. Even like a kind of like a low-key, like annoying trolling thing that people do with kids, right? They say boy or girl, boy or girl, boy or girl, and then the response is yes, which means, is the kid a boy or a girl? Yes, the kid is a boy or a girl. It's one of the options, right? Even nowadays with Sen, he's kind of like it's funny because in Vietnamese it's called Doi Chuột, like rat tail or something like that. So apparently all the Vietnamese cool kids, you know, you let the back of your head kind of grow and becomes rat tail. Even one of my friends in high school, Robin, he did that. But maybe Korean people, I don't know. But anyways, it was kind of funny is that like, but now we make him a hot boy. We shave the sides super clean, and then like a little BTS cut in the front, a little bowl cut. But the back we just like let it bang. And it's kind of like we call it his stallion thing. Oh, another pro tip for Honda, Toyota, right? Man, this or ChargePoint, man, you gotta change the logo. It's so ugly. Oh, and also low-key, this guy I know from LA almost got scammed, but I don't know if this is super true or not, but he told me something interesting. Is that he says that the Dodge, GM, Charger, SRT, Hellcats, whatever, apparently they actually really try to target the African American community to get people to buy Hellcats or whatever, right? And then eventually cops will low-key try to bust them and then actually re-impound them and then use them as cop cars. Well, $95,000. You know how many bone marrows I could buy with that? And also the demigod diet, the Eric Kim demigod diet, super easy. Just only eat what Achilles ate was when he was a child with the Chiron the Centaur, which is bone marrow. Apparently some other tales say like beef heart or hearts, because I mean the theory is you eat the hearts of a formidable beast, hearts of lions, you're gonna also become lion-hearted. Even King Leonidas, I think it means Leo, I mean Leo, the lion means like lion-hearted. So you don't want the heart of a sheep, of a goat. You want the heart of a lion, right? So even nowadays, or when I used to lift weights at the gym, yeah, people was like, it's like, should you let out a primal yell before you about to lift the heavy? The answer is yes, because it gets your test up. Also, like apparently, oh, ancient Spartan times. Apparently, this is facts, right? They actually apparently did really wear red capes or red some things to strike fear into the hearts of the enemies. So the color red is the best. Even that's the reason why the Toyota logo is red and it looks much better than the blue one of Honda, even Tesla, right? The logo's red. All the good logos are red. Eric Kim logo is red too, right? Red is the best color. Also, like, you know, I was thinking about like, oh, busting out the red carpet, right? Women with lips or lipstick, rouge red is the best. And also in terms of colors and stuff, the color red seems to be the more attractive, like catching people's attention. Even the, you know, you want a fancy interior for your car, getting the red color seems to be more attractive as well. So yeah, the basic thought is, when you're living your life, I mean, honestly, like, I think, okay, so like my definition of pornography is essentially when you use living your idealized life via other people, like, you know, people who watch sports, right? Like, I find this very bizarre, right? So you're watching sports, let's say you're watching football or basketball, right? And then most people, what they do, they smoke weed, they drink alcohol, they drink beer, they eat pizza, I don't know, donuts, whatever have yous, which makes them fat, sick, unwell, right? And then you're watching other men kind of duking it out, or like UFC fights, right? So it's like, what is you really trying to do? You wish that you was the player, you wish that you're the team. And so that I find a lot of stuff about fandom kind of a bizarro. Come on, people are always like, oh, I'm like, nah, you become the idealized person, right? Like, you become MJ, you become Kobe, you become LeBron. Football, like, I'd rather look like a football player than watch football. It's funny too, because like, one thing I've also discovered is a lot of people who become spectators or watch sports have actually never really played the sport themselves. Like 99.9% people I know who watch football, like, have you ever played tackle football? Like, have you ever played real high school football? Most of them no. And actually the facts is, this is the funny thing with a doer versus a spectator, right? The real people who played football in high school and stuff like that, like myself included, right? I played sophomore year, I played outside linebacker. Junior year, I played inside linebacker. I was gonna play varsity, but then my coach said playing football wasn't good for playing tennis because the muscles made you too bulky and slow, which I later realized wasn't true. But anyways, I respected him more. So quit it and then just focus on the tennis. I played the varsity level doubles. But what was interesting is playing real life football, right? You, like, let's say you're a linebacker, right? Inside linebacker, outside linebacker, you're playing defense, right? I had zero idea how the game of football as a whole was played. I just knew my task, right? Like, you're there, you call the play, kill, right? And then we go out and we try to tackle the guys, right? And then once offense switches, right, and you're on the other side, you're just like, what's happening? Or like a kickoff, return, whatever, is like, guys about to kill each other, right? So I'm like, anyone who critiques and, you know, like somebody throwing a pass, trying to pick up, like, things that people don't understand is, like, can you imagine this, right? Unless you have actually played real life football, you have no ideas, right? So like, let's say someone goes for a Hail Mary, tries to grab the ball, slips, whatever, right? Okay, if you're a wide receiver, right? You got a helmet on, your visibility is like nil. You have all this equipment on, you got a jock strap, your visibility and your shoulder mobility is poor. So you have to fucking sprint all the way down and then just kind of like trying to grab your arms and just like hope, like fingers crossed that you pick it up, right? And also something I discovered too, you gotta train yourself when you're in kickoff and then the other people receive and you have to hit, like, you got a bunch of like high school kids going straight this way and straight that way. It's actually really effing scary. Of course you want to kind of close your eyes, so even kids who naturally try to catch a baseball and close their eyes, it's natural. So people who have a panopticon view of everything and could criticize every single movement, yeah, y'all are not entitled to an opinion. My simple heuristic and ethic is, kind of Nassim Taleb values is, one is not permitted to have an opinion about something unless one has actually done the thing, right? And this is why you should never do CrossFit. Has Greg Glassman ever even worked out? Question mark.